Hello, Frank Romero here, and today is January 20th, and it's Sunday, not Tuesday. And I said I was going to provide a status update on Tuesdays, but I thought it'd be actually better to do it on Sunday, considering there's a lot of things that go on in my life, especially with work on Monday and Tuesday. So um, I could do this more regularly if I pick Sunday. So it's been 408 days since I weighed in back December 2011. I'm not going to. I still don't even know how I'm going to track this transformation. If I'm using the days, which is 408, or if I should just use the fact that this is week 3. I think it's just simpler if I just call it week 3, so that's probably what I'm going to call it. Uh, so this is week 3 of this phase of my transformation. How about that? Sounds good to me. So there's a lot that's happened since my last status update. I know I recorded a video just yesterday. That was, with the iPad, kind of bad angle. I probably only shot this much of myself and really didn't think about the content of the video or the quality. I just kind of put it together. So we have some catching up to do, right? And over the last couple days since I last posted my juice fast status update, um, I've basically stayed on a primarily fruits and vegetables, but a lot of juicing still. Um, for breakfast and for lunch, I've been sticking with what's been working for me. It's easy. I enjoy it. So juicing is what I've been doing for breakfast and lunch, except for this past Friday. I took my team out for lunch, and instead of having a juice, I actually enjoyed lunch with them. I grabbed a salad. The salad consisted of mixed greens, easy for me to say, consisted of mixed greens, some edamame, some carrots, and some sunflower seeds, and a light raspberry vinaigrette as my dressing. Oh, and broccoli. So let me rewind a little bit, and perhaps if I do it in order, it'll make a little bit more sense. So the first day off of my juice fast, that night I had watermelon with lemon. The very next day I had juice for breakfast and for lunch. I then had a shrimp dinner. I did take a picture of it so that you could see what it looked like. It was a lot of good veggies, but I did have some shrimp. And the shrimp was cooked in olive oil with garlic and lemon. That was it. Then the next day, I again juiced for breakfast and lunch. I think that day I may have had the dates and banana blast, which is becoming another one of my favorites. I had it for breakfast again today. And for dinner that night, I did go vegan. Didn't have any animal product on my plate, but I was super full because it had rice in there. And man, when you don't have rice for 2.5 weeks, you definitely blow up quick. And then the next day, which would have been Friday, I had, again, for breakfast I had juice. But for lunch, as I mentioned, I took the team out and had the salad. And then it was pasta night at the Romero's. So we went to our favorite restaurant, and I did order the same thing that I normally order. Um, I guess the only way for me to say it is that I shouldn't have done it, not so soon. My stomach was just not ready to handle what I was going to put in. It didn't even matter how much I was going to eat. And it is based off of my 2012 diet, which was primarily pescatarian. Uh, this dish was just too much. The seafood was delicious, and the pasta was just addicting. So couldn't have just one or two bites. I'll say I ate majority of the dish. I ate more than half. How about that? I ate more than half of the pasta, and I ate all of the seafood. And I paid for it. I'm not going to get into any details, but I definitely paid for it. I was done with my meal after 3 or 4 bites. The full sensation that I would typically have from having a juice or having a salad or having some fruit, I had that 3 or 4 bites in, but no, because of tradition, I kept going. And I just think that it was too much too soon. I probably should have just went with the salad and called it quits for the day, and maybe next Friday or the next time we go, I can try it. But it was just too much too soon, and I paid for it. Definitely paid for it, and didn't feel good the next morning. I weighed myself just because I was interested to see what was going to happen, and that was yesterday. And apologies for not having shaved and looking so rough on that video yesterday. I mean, the camera angle was bad, the beard was out of control, the mustache was crazy. But so anyway, so Saturday I went for an awesome run, and I'll get into it in a few about the Spartan race and Tough Mudder, but I basically was doing some training for the obstacle course races that I'm planning on doing this year, and Saturdays are my day to do that. And it was just an amazing workout. Got to, unfortunately, it wasn't as long as I would have liked it to be, but since I had an appointment, I needed to get Princess to gymnastics. I figured, running 3.5 miles was better than not running at all. So that's what I did, and I had a great time. Obviously you could see the picture. I was enjoying every minute of it. And then for lunch on Saturday, I actually went to a steakhouse. I know, I'm a glutton for punishment. But Princess and Mrs. wanted to go to the steakhouse, and I knew that I would be able to find something there. I did. Usually, and something that you should know, that usually when you go to a steakhouse, steakhouses have like the best seafood. And I know that I'm going 90% vegan, but I know that I don't want to have pork, chicken, lamb, beef. Definitely. If I'm going to not go vegan, I will go seafood. I felt so unbelievable last year changing my diet. I don't want to change it up and go, chicken or beef or pork. So I'm going to stay with, if I do venture out of the vegan lifestyle, it'll be, towards the seafood, which opens the door for sushi, which I love just as much as you, Kevin, and I know you're watching. So and Erica, and probably everyone else. Who doesn't love sushi? Like, for all of you that love sushi, look, moderation, right? It is good for you if you eat the right things. And just once in a while, like I said, 90% vegan. You could do it, and you could throw the sushi into the mix and still be at 90%. So before I get into any more of the things that I don't know if you even are concerned about, let me tell you that I did weigh myself this morning. Actually didn't weigh myself this morning. It was more like this afternoon. So I did have the dates and banana blast, which is super high in calorie. I gave some to Princess, and I thought she was just gonna start ripping around the house. As I had mentioned in yesterday's video, I'm definitely seeing a difference, and the difference is also in my clothes. I actually had to get new, had to go shopping yesterday, which is always fun to go shopping when you're losing weight. It is a complete mental war that I go through or went through when I had to buy clothes because my weight was going up. The anxiety and just the negative vibes that you exude when you walk in because you've gained so much weight that you can't fit in your clothes anymore. You know, it's just like a roller coaster. The same low of going in, feeling that way, is the same high that I felt yesterday when I was buying the new clothes. I felt great going in. I know I had mentioned a few days ago that I was not able to, that I hadn't moved the notch on my belt yet, and I've done that. So it's, you know, the scale is a funny thing. You just can't live and die by what's on the scale. You know, go with how you're feeling, how your clothes are feeling on you. It's just more than what's on the scale for sure. And I could tell you that the scale is still pretty much, you know, just under 200, but my clothes are definitely feeling different. And I'm not lifting hard. You know, I'm not in a bodybuilding or strongman mode. I'm just kind of doing a lot of cardio, a lot of calisthenics, nothing extreme as far as weight bearing. So I know this video is going a little bit long, and sorry about that. I appreciate you staying and watching to this point. But the thing I wanted to talk about that I alluded to earlier was the Spartan race. And my training yesterday was a endurance-based training, and which means that I was running for a portion and then doing calisthenics in between the run, and then continuing to run, and then lifting a heavy object, and then running, and it was a more endurance based. It wasn't as if I was in the gym just lifting a weight continuously, or I was on a treadmill just running, you know, full steam. I do both, but so in 2012, I had started to regain some of my energy, and I don't even want to call it athleticism because I wasn't athletic then. I'm not athletic now. There's an athlete inside me wanting to get out, and he will get out this year. But you know, I just wanted to be more active, and I set these little goals for myself last year. And the same thing I'm doing this year, but this year I'm just taking it up another notch. So I found a 5K race. It was for a charity, and I took the family with me, and we did it, and it was a lot of fun. And I did my first 5K run since probably back in college. I can't even tell you the last time that it's been over 12 years since I did a 5K. Before that, so I did that, and after I was looking for other races, and I stumbled across a race called Warrior Dash. Now, if you're familiar with the whole obstacle course, mud running movement, you know exactly why I'm so excited to talk about this subject. And so I went to the Warrior Dash, didn't know what I was going to get myself into. I trained 2 weeks before, was doing, or actually it was 3 weeks before the race. I started doing some running around, kind of trying to build up my stamina. I didn't know what I was going to do there, and it was the perfect entry-level race. The Warrior Dash, and I'm going to put links to these below, is pretty much a great beginner's race. It actually also had the best venue, I would say, of all the races that I've done so far. The atmosphere was really nice. The day that I came home from the Warrior Dash, I was just jacked. I just wanted to do another race that same day. So I started looking around to find out what would be the next, when the next race was going to be. And I found a couple. And there was the Spartan race, there was the Hero Rush, and there was the Tough Mudder. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do the Tough Mudder last year just because of the days that it fell in. So what I did is I did the Spartan race and I did the Hero Rush. Did the Spartan race with my good friend Jeff, and it was a tough challenge. That is definitely not an entry-level race. If I was going to put these races in order, the ones that I've done so far, it would be start off with the Warrior Dash, move into the Hero Rush, then the Spartan race, and then the Tough Mudder. And obviously the Spartan race, there's different levels of Spartan race. We did the sprint. I fell in love with these races, and they're excellent because they give me a little finish line to cross. And it doesn't mean that at the end of the race I'm done being healthy and active. No, I have to, at the end of that race, I have to be ready for the next race. So that's what I've done, is set up in 2013. I've set up different races that I'll be participating in, and I'm going to do them all. I also want to do the half marathon. So that's going to keep me just focused on my making sure that my nutrition's on point and that my fitness is on point for the rest of the year. Another incentive to make sure that I keep myself in shape is the money. So these races aren't free. And some of them are pretty expensive. But I guess before I even get into that, let me tell you that the dollar for dollar, the Hero Rush was the best one out of all of them. All right. It wasn't the most challenging, but it was the most bang for your buck. The whole purpose is to give myself something to work towards and then to achieve. I'm not looking to finish top 10. I'm just trying not to, one, die and finish, right? So that's all I want to do. I want to finish and not die, and come out injury-free. And if I keep my health in order and keep training the way that I've been training, I don't think that I'm going to have a problem with that. The triathlon is a little scary for me just because of the swimming aspect of it, but I need to make sure that I get, and that's one of the things I just have to do is practice my swimming. I've been running and cycling, but I just haven't been swimming. So why did I even go into all of that? It's just to say, what's your goal? If you follow The Biggest Loser, at the end of the season, they usually have a marathon that they have to run or a half marathon that they have to run. And even when the contestants get kicked off of the show, one of the things that they all kind of strive to do is be able to accomplish a goal, a physical activity goal, like a half marathon or cycling 100 miles or whatever it is. And I think that is extra motivation if you need that motivation. I'm the kind of guy that needs a carrot out there. And all that carrot needs to be is an objective. And my objective for 2013 is not only to prepare for these races, but to do well in them. I want to encourage anyone out there that wants to participate in any of the obstacle course races, at least try one of them. Like I said, the Warrior Dash is probably the best one to start off with. I would say that the Tough Mudder and the Spartan Beast are probably the ones that you don't want to do so quickly, but there's a bunch of them out there. I encourage anyone that's interested to give it a shot. If you're in the Pennsylvania area and you'd like to participate in any of the races that are upcoming, you're more than welcome to join my team. Please don't forget to subscribe and leave some comments. Let me know that you've watched, and let me know your thoughts on the videos. Okay, that's it. Sorry for the long video, but I appreciate you watching, and I guess I'll see you next week. Stay healthy.